I realize this is a total hypothetical, but you're in this situation, you're flying over Washington, D.C., and potentially you have to bring down a plane, maybe in the nation's capital. In light of everything that was happening, did you give any thought as to how you would have done that if it was over the city?
Are you talking about like for the commercial airliner? For
Any of the, whether it's the commercial jetliner or the small private planes that potentially could have been a target. You described the tools that you had to bring down a plane, but if it's over Washington, D.C. versus a more rural area, did you give any thought into how you would have done that?
For the larger aircraft, again, it would simply be taking off the tail, which would be, I would essentially be a kamikaze and ram my aircraft into the tail of the aircraft. And I gave some thought to would I have time to eject, but I would need to ensure that, you only got one chance. You don't want to eject and then have missed, right? You got to be able to stick with it the whole way. When we came back and we continued to do the combat air patrol over DC, and there were plenty of other aircraft airborne that we did actually have to turn away, what we employed was we would thump them. We would fly in front of them and put out a flare or two. A flare is you know what a flare is. And so we'd pump out a flare out of the aircraft and basically turn those other aircraft away. And we would also get on the Victor frequency, it's called guard, and then try to communicate with the aircraft. That way it's a 121.5 is a frequency that all pilots know about, and it's called guard. It's universal. If you get in trouble or you need help or you're not on the same frequency, if you go over to the guard frequency, then you should be able to talk to anybody. So we would also try to get them up on guard.
So you were prepared to take your own life if necessary to